Hello, Color Street stylists. We are going to discuss the rank of senior director as it pertains to our new compensation plan, which is effective April 1st of 2022 here at Color Street. And this level does look a little different on our new plan than it did on the old plan. So first, take a look at our earnings statement. Key terms, if you want to pause and screenshot these if you need to refer back to them. Okay, so let's get right into it. At this level, I think you all are fairly confident and familiar with, what most of this means. However, let's break it down. So again, our chart here shows exactly what you need in order to earn this level. Again, 300 in PV, 30,000 in capped group volume. If you don't remember what we mean by that, there are certainly a few capped group volume videos and posts out there that could be helpful. I would definitely encourage you to search the team pages. Just put capped into the search box, and you should be able to come up with some very helpful, informative materials and trainings. Additionally, you'll need one senior team leader leg and 3 team builder legs, as we have created visually here for you to take a look at. One of the things that I love most about the new plan is that, again, we talked about this in the last training, but from the lowest rank all the way to the highest rank on this compensation plan, there's never a time where you need more than 4 leader legs. Now, of course, there are certain benefits that come along with continuing to grow in your width, and we will get into that at the levels at which that applies. But for now, we're going to take a look at the minimum required 4 leader legs to achieve this rank of senior director. What I love about this plan the most is that you will only ever need one leader 2 levels behind you, and the other 3 leaders will be 5 levels behind you. I think that this is an incredible system. I think it's extremely fair. It's manageable. What I love most is that you don't have to duplicate your performance in a leg in order to achieve the next level, because again, the closest to you can be 2 levels behind, and the other 3 can be up to 5 levels behind your rank of senior director. So what do you earn as a senior director? I like this rank because it's a little easier with the visual of a senior team leader to start talking about these generation bonuses. But first of all, let's take a look at levels. You'll be able to earn up to 5 levels deep of level bonuses. So again, if these leaders were all direct to you, then you would be receiving 7% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, and so on and so forth. And again, as you can see, you're not required to have more depth than this. However, if you do, you'll start to receive these extra rewards for doing so. And also, most of the time, there will be additional depth or width in order to achieve this 30,000 in capped group volume. It's just really going to depend on your specific lineage, your specific situation, how you've grown, et cetera, et cetera. So this could really look a million different ways. But let's also talk, you guys are pretty familiar with level bonuses, so let's talk about generations. Senior director is the first rank that requires a senior team leader or above leg. So this could be a senior team leader. It could also be a director. It could also be a senior director or above. It doesn't really matter as long as they're a senior team leader or above. So let's use this scenario as our example. So we're going to assume that this senior team leader is your strongest leg in your lineage currently, that they have exactly 10,000 in capped group volume. Okay. So what does this mean for you? It means when you are qualified and paid as a senior director in a specific month, and you have a career titled senior team leader or above active, you will be able to receive a 3% override on their entire team volume. Okay. So for this situation, the senior team leader has exactly $10,000, which is the bare minimum requirement for capped group volume at that level. And so we're assuming that the senior team leader doesn't also have a senior team leader leg. We're assuming that they are the only senior team leader in that leg, which means that on top of all of your level bonuses and anything else you're qualified for, such as retail and enhanced retail commissions, et cetera, you would also receive an additional $300 override on this senior team leader leg. Okay. So as you can see, generation 1, that means the first senior team leader or above in the lineage, you get 3% on their entire team volume, unless they also have a senior team leader on their team. So now we're going to throw out the previous example and do another example. Let's say this is a senior team leader and this is a senior team leader, okay, just for the sake of argument and trying to understand how these generations work. If that was the case, again, we're assuming you are qualified at senior director or above, and this person is a senior team leader, and so is this person, you would receive 3% on generation 1. So this would be your generation 1 senior team leader. So you and all of the volume, from your team down here, right? All of this volume down here outside of that senior team leader leg, you would receive 3% override on the entire team volume outside of the second generation senior team leader. Okay, so right here, this would essentially be a second generation senior team leader if this person was also qualified here. All right. So again, you would receive 3% on all of this. And then if this senior team leader is qualified, you would receive 1% on their entire team volume outside of the generation 1 leg. So that's how generations work in the most simplistic form. We will do a couple of generation bonus trainings to go a little further into some of the scenarios and give examples of not only how powerful this bonus can be, but how to, think about it and strategize towards it as you move forward through the ranks and as you progress in your career here at Color Street. So that's just the Reader's Digest version, to try to get you a little bit familiar with why these generation bonuses can be so powerful. Because again, we're talking about the bare minimum here. Most of the time, by the time people are earning these overrides, there's even more volume there. But it really does depend on your specific lineage and how your team is set up and how your volumes are distributed, et cetera, et cetera. So like the other ranks in this new plan, the most challenging part is going to be cap group volume. What I like about that is that it feels like something we have a little bit more control over. You guys at this level, you know how to sell, you know how to train, you know how to train someone to sell. And those are invaluable skills that when you put them together with the flexibility of this new plan, affords you for all types of new benefits, including the generational overrides, which would not have been available to you until much further in the old plan, much more advanced in the old plan. So this is giving you a taste of these overrides at a very reasonable starting point. Really, you can start receiving these overrides at the director level. So there's a lot of extra potential money to be made here, depending on how your team is set up. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to ask us. Like we did previously, we've included a checklist here in our team pages. You can search through the file section and find printable rank maps and other resources to help support you in understanding what's required at the senior director rank. Don't hesitate to ask your upline leaders or even sideline leaders. We're all here to help. There is no no shortage of ways that you could earn this level. This is just again, the bare minimum of what you need. And if you're struggling with what any of these ranks require, senior team leader, senior team builder, etc., please feel free to go back to those videos. They're pretty short, pretty to the point, so that you can just refresh your memory and reiterate what's required at those levels. I also would encourage you all to be printing senior team leader and team builder maps, and to be physically filling out those maps as you progress in this level. I would also challenge you to be hosting coaching calls with these 4 leaders and these levels, and encourage them to be mapping for their senior team builder, senior stylist, whatever the case may be. So that's my challenge to you at this level. Mapping is an incredible skill set that will help you to be able to formulate strategy around, your growth and how you build as you progress forward. And it's one of the best ways to visually see these level bonuses, as well as how you could calculate generations. Now, that being said, this doesn't, like we talked about in other videos, this doesn't necessarily have to be your level 1. If there were inactive stylists in between you and this team builder, that's okay. Like always, you're going to be paid on the strongest promotion in the leg, or you can consider this as a qualified leg based on the strongest promotion in that leg. So for example, this does not count as a team builder and a qualified stylist leg. This would be one team builder leg. This wouldn't be a senior team leader and a senior team builder. It would be one senior team leader leg. And one other thing that I'm sure you're all aware of, but this can be a team builder or above. You don't specifically have to have a team builder. If this was another senior team leader, that's fine. Same here. This doesn't have to be a senior team leader. It just needs to at least be a senior team leader. If this strong leader here has promoted to director or even senior director or above, that's totally okay. We just need a senior team leader or above leg here, as well as the 3 team builder legs. So I hope that helps clarify. Again, we're going to do a little more in-depth training as it pertains to the generation bonuses. But for now, I hope this gives you a quick glimpse into why they're so powerful and how they can really multiply as you globally increase your sales volumes throughout at least your 4 primary strongest legs and beyond. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm super excited to see how you all strategize our new plan.